Hello guys, it's Revolution. In this video we're going to cover an old age verse battle, Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS versus Super Saiyan 3 GOKU from Dragon Ball Z, in particular the Buu Saga. When Goku returned from Otherworld, he demonstrated the powerful Super Saiyan 3 transformation for the first time against Majin Buu. Of course, he then had to teach Trunks and Goten, the sons of Vegeta and Goku, the fusion dance, the Metamoran dance, in which they fused and became GOTENKS, and then it turned out that GOTENKS could also use the Super Saiyan 3 transformation as well. To this day, in the mainstream canon timelines, GOTENKS and Goku are the only two Saiyans who can use the Super Saiyan 3 transformations. And whilst they've been surpassed by the likes of Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue and Ultra Instinct, these are still really powerful transformations that are very hard to achieve. But come the conclusion of Dragon Ball Z, there have been many debates on who is stronger out of the likes of Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 GOTENKS, and of course, by extension, Ultimate Gohan, Kid Buu and Super Buu, etc. But this one is focusing on who is the strongest Super Saiyan 3, and we will be looking at the manga to see which character had the most raw power available to them in the Buu Saga. So what do we know about Super Saiyan 3? Well, we know, according to the super exciting guides, that it is 4 times more powerful than Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is 2 times more powerful than regular Super Saiyan, and regular Super Saiyan is a 50 times multiplier of base power. And this has been spoken about ad nauseum, but I just thought I'd do it for recap's sake. The best way to increase your overall power is by increasing your base power, and then the transformation stacks multiply said base power. It's a simple concept. So coming into the Buu Saga, what do we know about Goku, who appears first out of the two characters in question? Well, Goku faces off against Majin Vegeta, and we know that Super Saiyan 2 Goku is a match for Majin Vegeta in terms of power. They are roughly equal. You can go back and forth and say who was winning that fight. In terms of raw power, they were relative to each other. Of course, they decide to postpone that fight due to the fact that Goku cannot focus on that fight due to the arrival of Majin Buu, and Vegeta knocks Goku out from behind, and Vegeta himself goes to fight against Majin Buu. He's had a Senzu Bean, he's perfectly healthy, but he is no match for Majin Buu at all. He gets pummeled, he gets bludgeoned, it's a beating. This of course comes after we just saw Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, an adult Gohan, get knocked out unconscious within 2 blows. Majin Buu is incredibly powerful, even decimating Dabra, who is stated to be at perfect Cell level. Majin Vegeta is stated by Piccolo to have even surpassed Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell games, which shouldn't surprise you considering Vegeta also stated the same about Super Saiyan 2 Goku when Goku transformed into Super Saiyan 2. Once again, we know that Super Saiyan 2 is a 2 times multiplier of regular Super Saiyan, so what this tells you guys is it's only upon becoming a Super Saiyan 2, after 7 years of training in Otherworld, that Goku surpassed Cell Games Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. As a Super Saiyan in the Buu Saga, he hasn't surpassed that level. This should tell you all you need to know about the growth rate between orbs in Dragon Ball. Anyway, I've spoken about that ad nauseum as well, but ultimately, Majin Vegeta, the same character that fought on par against Super Saiyan 2 Goku, got rickrolled by Majin Buu. Majin Vegeta also used the final explosion, which almost decimated Majin Buu. This is Vegeta's most powerful move. It's his ultimate move that even surpasses the final flash, so it would amp his power far beyond his actual power. It nearly succeeded, but of course Majin Buu has regeneration hacks and ultimately regenerated. Majin Vegeta, just before this, casually knocked out Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Saiyan Goten within 1 chop and 1 blow. So if the Super Saiyan bargain sale Vegeta moment didn't convince you that Super Saiyan Vegeta was far stronger than Super Saiyan Trunks, then there's a consistent moment where basically Majin Vegeta effortlessly knocked them out. It was no problem, and it must also be noted that Piccolo saw all of this. He saw Majin Vegeta's power, he felt it all. He has a good gauge of where Majin Vegeta's power lied at. Of course, Goku gains consciousness, and after getting the lowdown from Piccolo on what had happened, he decides to teach Goten and Trunks the fusion dance, and during this he has to obstruct Majin Buu whilst Trunks picks up the Dragon Radar. During this, Goku demonstrates his 3 Super Saiyan transformations, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 3 for the first time can even be felt on the Supreme World of the Kais. We see Gohan and the Supreme Kai feeling the amount of energy coming from Goku. But what we know from the super exciting guys, as mentioned earlier in this video, this transformation is 4 times more powerful than Super Saiyan 2. So it's pretty easy to gauge where Super Saiyan 3 Goku is at, because he is roughly 4 times more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta. Now bear in mind that Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Saiyan Goten couldn't even take a casual blow from Majin Vegeta. We know that on their first attempt at becoming base Gotenks flies towards Majin Buu believing he can take him on, despite Piccolo's warnings against doing so, and he gets an absolute beating. He returns to the lookouts, battered and bludgeoned, but ultimately what you have to say is he survived a beating from Majin Buu, a character even more powerful than Majin Vegeta. Now I don't want to say this means too much, I don't want to say it means he's more powerful than Majin Vegeta, but ultimately what it does tell you is that he has far surpassed the level he was at as Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Saiyan Goten in his fusion base form, something we've spoken about on this channel quite a lot. Base fusion is stronger than the two fusees at their most powerful combined. Even Goku states in the Buu Saga that the fusion is greater than the sum of their parts, a very similar tagline to what Vados used in the Tournament of Power with Kefla. And as Gogeta said in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, fusion is the two fusees' power combined and significantly magnified. So we know that base Gotenks at this point in time isn't a match for Majin Buu. Majin Buu should be somewhere between Majin Vegeta and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. As we know later down the line, Goku states that he could have defeated this version of Majin Buu with Super Saiyan 3, but he wanted the kids to get the job done, and he believed fusion would do that for them. Of course, Goku has to leave for the other world as his time limit has run out, using Super Saiyan 3 significantly burnt through the day that he had at his disposal, and this time Goten and Trunks perform a successful fusion as Super Saiyans, and of course they decide to waste most of their time flying around the Earth and then go and face Majin Buu in their last minute, and they defuse as soon as they arrive at Buu's house. So we don't know how powerful Super Saiyan Gotenks is at that time, but from that time to the next time they fuse, Majin Buu undergoes a transformation of his own. He splits into the evil Buu and innocent Buu, and the evil Buu absorbs innocent Buu and becomes Super Buu. Now, not only can Goku and the Supreme Kai feel Buu's ki on the Supreme Lord of the Kais now, Piccolo states that Buu is now full of rage and his body is now more built for combat. He doesn't say anything particular about him being stronger in terms of raw power, at least not yet, but later on he does state that Buu is stronger in every regard as Super Buu. Now, Goten and Trunks do a bit of training in the Room of Spirit and Time before Super Buu arrives. He manages to achieve Super Saiyan 3 in the meantime and believes that he could equal Buu with regular fusion, base form fusion. And of course, when Buu does arrive, he does fight him in his base form. Of course, he is no match for Super Buu, so his projection of his base Gotenks form is probably referring to the Fat Buu version that he may have been able to match. Of course, he is no match for Super Buu in his base form, so he turns Super Saiyan. But what must be noted is that upon becoming base Gotenks, Piccolo notes that base Gotenks might stand a chance against Super Buu. He himself might not know the full repercussions of the Super Buu transformation, but ultimately he believes he has a chance as base Gotenks, whereas he's seen Majin Vegeta get obliterated by Majin Buu, a weaker version of Majin Buu. So this tells you that Piccolo thinks that base Gotenks has surpassed Majin Vegeta. Of course, Super Buu calls base Gotenks a weakling, so he transforms into a Super Saiyan. And this fight's interesting because a lot of it is done for comedic effect. This is where we really see the gag sense of Gotenks. But as a Super Saiyan, Gotenks does a lot of damage to Super Buu. He is at least relative to Super Buu in this state in terms of all-round fighting ability. However, I still believe that Super Buu has the raw power advantage, because when blowing the dimensional hole in the Room of Spirit and Time, Super Buu manages it with his power, whereas Super Saiyan Gotenks cannot achieve the same thing. He has to turn into a Super Saiyan 3 to achieve the same feat as what Super Buu has just done using raw power alone. So guys, what this should tell you is if base Gotenks, let's say he's only relative to Majin Vegeta, with a 50 times multiplier becoming a Super Saiyan, it would surpass Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who is only 4 times stronger than Majin Vegeta. Let's be extra charitable to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Let's say that Gotenks is half of Majin Vegeta's strength. A 50 times multiplier would still make him stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku based on the super exciting guy's multiplication of Super Saiyan 3. Let's make him a quarter of Majin Vegeta's strength. He is still stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku with a Super Saiyan transformation. And to top it off, when becoming a Super Saiyan 3, Gotenks absolutely pummels Super Buu. Super Buu gets angry and goes on the offensive against Super Gotenks, and Gotenks literally turns Super Buu into a volleyball and plays volleyball with Super Buu with Piccolo. During this time, Goku notes that he didn't expect Gotenks to be able to use Super Saiyan 3, which tells you that by his own projections that he expected, say, a Super Saiyan Gotenks to be able to fight against Majin Buu. Of course, with Gotenks using the Super Saiyan 3 transformation, he can only last in that state for 3 minutes, and upon going to finish off Super Buu, he diffuses. Of course, that's when Ultimate Gohan arrives, and upon Ultimate Gohan absolutely obliterating Super Buu, Trunks states that Ultimate Gohan is even stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then states only by a little bit. Neither Gohan nor Piccolo object to this particular statement, but make of it what you will. But it also has to be said that Gohan has no problems when Goten and Trunks fuse again to fight Super Buu. He lets them fight, of course they get absorbed, and upon absorbing Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks' power, Butenks is far too strong for Ultimate Gohan. Now, I've covered this in a video before concerning Majin Buu's absorption, and given certain bits of information, including a page from the Dragon Ball manga, even though it's not in the story itself, it's in the title cover, where it states that Majin Buu's absorption steals the absorbed person's power, which kind of implies addition. By all means, check out that video and it will delve into it a lot more. But upon becoming Butenks, not only does Butenks state that he is the strongest Buu in history, which would also imply he's stronger than Kid Buu. Due to this, the Elder Kai gives Goku his life, resurrecting Goku, but Goku, about to use instant transmission, the Elder Kai states that even him and Gohan fighting together wouldn't be able to beat Butenks. And we even see when Goku does arrive, when he turns Super Saiyan 3, he's mainly on the defensive, he looks scared. Of course, he gives the Potara to Gohan, but Buu absorbs Gohan and becomes Buhan, even more powerful than Butenks, of course. Of which Goku stands no chance, he needs to fuse, Vegeta arrives, and so forth. However, upon getting into Buhan's body to retrieve their sons and Piccolo, Vegito diffuses back into Goku and Vegeta, and upon reverting Buu back down to Super Buu, Goku acknowledges that Buu has gotten weaker from his Buhan form, but still states that he is stronger than him and Vegeta, and even fighting together as Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 2, that they would not be able to beat Super Buu. The same Super Buu that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks gave a considerable beating to, as well as the fact that he managed to compete with this version of Super Buu as Super Saiyan. Even a Super Saiyan Gotenks is stronger than Majin Vegeta, which, let's face it, he is, then a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is definitely going to be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And it's consistent in the manga that portrays him as so. And you also have to factor in that Goku, when making his guesstimations on Gotenks' power, would also be considering the fact that he could rise to full power in his Super Saiyan 3 state like he tried to against Kid Buu, but failed because his mortal body couldn't handle the power of Super Saiyan 3. And for those who state, well, why didn't Goku and Vegeta bring Ultimate Gohan and Gotenks to the fight against Kid Buu? Well, the Dragon Balls did bring them back to life, it did resurrect them, and it does heal you of your wounds. However, it doesn't bring you back to your full key state. As we saw with Vegeta against Kid Buu, he was healed, but he couldn't turn into a Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 because his energy hadn't been replenished. The Dragon Balls have never done so. And no, Genki isn't the same as your regular ki. So I have no problem saying that due to the consistency of it in the manga, that Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, in terms of raw power alone, has the advantage over Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu Saga. However, that doesn't necessarily mean Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks would win the fight against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Goku is vastly more experienced and skilled than Gotenks. Gotenks also wastes a lot of time with silly moves, and obviously only lasts 5 minutes. Goku does have a lot of strain on his body in Super Saiyan 3, but might be able to outmaneuver Gotenks until Gotenks diffuses. Anyway guys, that's the topic for another day, but let me know your thoughts on this video down in the comment section. Do you agree with me that the consistency heavily lies in Gotenks' favour, or do you believe there's something else to consider? And ultimately, who do you guys think would win the fight? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm looking forward to seeing your responses. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure you click that bell button to be notified when I release new content. Keep smashing that like button, keep lending the Daishin your energy. Until next time, Ad Astra.